Hello, dreamers, doers, believers, and achievers. Hello, wonderful winners and powerful people that you are. How are you? I'm Dwayne Shigg, and I'm here to give you a special encouragement. Just to put some things on your mind to help you to go after your goals, live your dreams, but also to kind of dilute some of the negativity that's going on right now. And so that's why I'm here. And I know sometimes, people see me out doing this just about every day. And, why do you constantly do this? A couple of reasons. One, it's encouraging people. I do believe it's encouraging people, strengthening people, helping people, putting a smile on somebody's face, just giving them a little push. And so that's why I do this, but also strengthening my craft at this time. Strengthening my craft. I'm an author, I'm a public speaker, and so this helps me strengthen my craft. I can go back and review this and see what I did that wasn't so good and how to improve it, get it better, make it better. And so that's why I do this, to encourage people, to give people a push, but also to get stronger at what I do. But another reason is I'm creating content. That's right. If you're an author, if you're a speaker, at this time, this is a good time to create content. That's right, because you're going to need it. Excuse me. Don't worry, I'm coughing. Every cough is not corona and every sneeze is not the disease. So I'm all right. But creating content, now is a good time to create content. You've got time to write the book. You've got time to make the videos. You've got time to do that. So create content now so that when we come through this, you will have something to put on paper, something to publish, something to speak on, something to do to further your career. But also, right now, many of you are in a place where you see the news all the time and there's negativity. You are at home and on lock in, locked down, locked up, or whatever. This is, I believe, something that will encourage you. Just alter your thinking for a little bit, because we're bombarded with negative. How are you, Minister Blaine? Good to have you. And others that are watching, how are you? This can give you an opportunity to just alter your thinking, because as I said, we're bombarded with negative thinking. We're bombarded with what's going wrong. We're bombarded with scams and scandalous things. And so this is a chance to just have an moment. This is a chance to dilute some of the negativity. If you have a glass and has dirty water in it, you pour clean water in it to dilute it. And so this will do that. And so that's why I'm here. I just want to speak a word of encouragement, a word that will help you make one more step, write one more paragraph, to get up one more time after you've fallen. And so we're here to do that. And if I was going to give this a title, I'd call it, What Are You Doing? R, the letter R. What are you doing? I've got 3 things that I want to give you, and I'm quite sure you figured out that each one of them will start with an R. That's right. Things that will give you, that you can use to help you, to encourage you, to push you in this time. Something you can do in this time to make this time just a little bit more bearable, to help you be better, help you grow. And so these are practical things. The people that know me know I'm a rather practical person, and not so much lofty, out there-ish thinking in terms of day-to-day stuff, but practical things you can put into action, and they will make a difference in your life. So first thing you want to do right now, and this came to me just a little while ago. I was sitting in the living room, and I was reading a book by Les Brown, and just listening to some of the things that he was saying. Here it is right here. The book is called Live Your Dreams. And so reading that, and I've read it before, I'm reading it again, just getting some things to strengthen me. And so these thoughts came to me, and I wanted to share them with you. First of all, reflecting on some things. Reflect on things that have gone well, reflecting on your life, not in a just plain nostalgic way. Remember that time, not like that, not with regret, but reflecting on There was a time when you had the thoughts and dreams about doing some things, reflecting on your gifts and your talents. You can't do a lot of things. I know I can't, but there are some things that I can do. And I'm saying that to reflect on what is it that brings you joy? What is it that you're gifted at? What is it that people call you and ask you to do for them? Reflect on your gifts. I remember when I was in high school, a long time ago. When I was in high school, I played basketball, and I wasn't the best dribbler, best ball handler, best shooter. Kenny Johnson, Michael Hayes, and Greg Williams, they were all better than I was at those positions. But one thing I did better than anybody on the team, I was a better rebounder. I was a better defensive player. And so instead of being focused on, I wish I could handle the ball like Kenny, I wish I could shoot like Greg, rather than doing that, reflect on what I can do. Reflect on what your strengths are. And so same thing now. See a lot of people doing different things. I wish I could sing like them. I wish I could draw like them. When I was in school, there was a guy named Dino McMillan. This guy was an awesome artist, draw at the drop of a hat. And, you know, I wish I could draw like Dino. I wish I could draw like him. There were some other people, but focusing on, reflecting on what I can do. What is it that you can do better than anybody else? What is it that you can do, and not necessarily even better than anybody else, but you do very well? Reflect on that. Reflect on your gifts. Reflect on your strengths. I was speaking with at a workshop a while back, and I told the people there, and I told some gentlemen yesterday. I did a impromptu men's summit yesterday, and get a chance to go to my Facebook page, Dwayne Shigg, or go to my other Facebook page, Your EncourageMINT. There were 6 gentlemen, and we spoke about finances. We spoke about overcoming. We spoke about what to do at a time like this. Great conversation. So go there and check it out. But I was talking to the gentleman there, and I mentioned that you have a gift, talent, a skill, ability that somebody wants or needs, and they will pay you for it. Reflect on what you can do. And even at this time where we're locked in, locked down, locked out, and all that kind of stuff, rather than saying, I wish I could go outside, I wish I could go to the movie, I wish I could. Well, you can't, so reflect on what you can do. Reflect on those things that you can get done. And so those things will bring about, I believe, satisfaction, but they also bring about some creativity. Some creativity. I write something just about every day. I'm creating something every day. Now, are all of them worth anything? No. I remember when I first started preaching almost 40 years ago, every week I did what I called writing a sermon. 98% of what I wrote wasn't worth anything. But what it did do, it get me in a habit of preparing regularly. So at the time I did become a pastor, I was already in the groove of doing things regularly. So create, do what you do. Reflect on what you can do in this time. Reflect on what can be done, and not stressing out about what can't be done, because there's no strength in stress. There's no winning in worrying. So reflect on what you can do. Reflect on your gifts and your talents. Reflect on how you can utilize them to make a difference. So what can you do in this time right now that can strengthen you, that can help somebody, that can make things better? If you don't mind, put it in the comment section right there. What is it that you can do, that you can reflect on, that you can do now that will make this lockdown better, that you can possibly earn some income on? Possibly you can help somebody, make a difference. And the late Zig Ziglar would always say that you can have everything in life you want if you help enough other people get what they want. So right now, you can help somebody get what they want. Right now, reflect on your gift, talent, what you can do in this time of being the stay-at-home time. What can you do? Just write it down in the comment section. So not only reflect, but reject. That's right. Reject the notion that you can't, ... Reject the notion that you're never going to make it. Reject the notion that it's too late, you're too old, you don't have what it takes. Coming up from where I come up, I shouldn't be doing a lot of the things that I'm doing. Grew up, self-esteem issues, younger, used to fight all the time. Surprising I'm not, crippled, dead, or in jail. Used to fight all the time. And then in junior high school, took me out of my regular classes, put me in the slow classes. And so already have self-esteem issues. So that didn't help any. But coming through all of that, I shouldn't be doing the things that I'm doing. But rejecting the idea that I can't have a successful future because of my past. Reject the idea that you can't go forward because of where you've been. Sometimes we have to, we have to unpack baggage from the past so that we can prepare our luggage for the future. But walking around carrying all this baggage of the past is too heavy. It's too heavy. You can't carry it. So rejecting those ideas that I can't do it because of where I came from. Rejecting the idea that I can't do it because I've had a bad past. There are some people that have had, things didn't go too well in their past and they're doing all right. Tyler Perry had an abusive upbringing. I think he's doing okay now. Steve Harvey flunked out of college, slept in his car for 3 years. I think he's doing okay right now. People that didn't have the past that we would think was doing so great. You've got some things in your past, but you can still make it. I just told you some of my things: low self-esteem, fought all the time. And so just because of things that has happened doesn't mean something good can't happen. Small gestures, big smile, help others. That's what you have. Use that. That's right. That's right. Lady Thompson, what your gifts are, what your pluses are, use those to help people. And when you help people, I truly believe that you can never lose by giving. You can never lose by giving. And so utilize those things. Reject the notion that it's too late. It's too late. Colonel Sanders didn't get started till he was in his 60s. For the Bible people, Moses didn't get started in his career till he was 80. I graduated high school in 1977 BC, before computers, before cell phones, before cable. I didn't get my first degree till 21 years later because life happened. And I didn't get my doctorate degree till I was 52 years old. Too late. I mean, late, but not too late. And some people would have thought, you entering college in your 50s, in your late 40s? Yeah, that's what I did. Reject the notion that it's too late. Reject the notion that you can't because of where you come from. Reject the notion that you can't because of what's happened in the past. Reject the notion that you can't because you've had failures before. Use what you have. That's right, Robin. Use what you have. Reject the notion that you can't because you've had failures before, what we call failures. And falling isn't failing, and failing isn't final. I read a post somewhere that said, the only time you fail is when you stop. So, and I like, in the book I was reading by Les Brown, he says, when you fall, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. And so everybody's falls. You can't think of an actor who hadn't had a movie that flopped. You can't think of a singer that didn't have a song that didn't sell. Had books that fell. Had events that I did. One event I did, only 2 people showed up. And that was me and my wife. And so fallings, that doesn't mean you can't come back. I've had events where I've lost money in the course of doing the things that I'm doing, writing books, having events. I've lost thousands of dollars. But I'm still here, and I'm still married, thank God. And so Just because something has happened in the past doesn't mean great things can't happen in the future. So reject the notion that it's too late. Reject the notion that you can't because you didn't. Reject those notions. Reject the things, as I said, that is too late. You have to have tenacity. You have to have some discipline and determination. And another thing, reject the notion that you can't do it because you don't know how. Reject the notion that you can't do it because you don't know how. You don't know how it's going to get done. Don't worry about that, because I'm teaching an author's workshop, first-time authors, on April 18th. It's going to be online. If you're interested, contact me at drshigg@gmail.com. But one of the things that happens, people ask me about how do I start writing a book. I tell them just starting, and then they go to, well, how is it going to get published? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? All of that is irrelevant if you never start. So get the what. We'll figure out the how. Get the what. How will come, but get the what. And so sometimes we have to reject the notion that I don't know how I'm going to do this. I heard the speaker, Altaviz Pelzer. She says the things that she doesn't know, either she learns how or she hires somebody to do it. Learn how to do it. Learn what you can learn. And there's somebody that knows how to do it better than you. So reject the notion that you can't do it because you don't know how. Learn it or find somebody that does know how to do it. Reject the notion that you can't do it because it's too late. Reject the notion you can't do it because they won't let you. They won't let you. John Johnson started a publishing company and did great. I'm quite sure they didn't want him to do that. Other people have done great things in a time when they wouldn't let us do certain things. But you got to keep pushing. Like the Impression said, singing group with Curtis Mayfield, keep on pushing. You can't stop now. I know I can make it some way, somehow. And so reject that notion. Not only that, but reject, reflect, and redirect. Redirect some of that energy of being frustrated, of being angry, and all those things. And I said worrying and stressing. All those things are a waste of time. And all those things that make us frustrated, make us cry. The late Bill Withers sang a song, Just the Two of Us. And he says, when he talks about crying, he said, wasted water is all it is, and it don't make no flowers grow. Sometimes we waste time being frustration. So redirect that time. While you're watching somebody else build their empire, you can build yours. While you're watching somebody else do their thing, you can be doing yours. Redirect that time. We're spending time. We have nothing but time. There's an old song by the Rolling Stones that says, time is on my side. Right now, time is on your side. And so redirect that time. What are you doing while you're at home? What are you doing? Are you writing something? Are you creating something? There are people that are creating the masks that people need to wear. I've seen some colorful ones. I've seen some real attractive ones. Can you do that? What can you do? I know a young lady, she has she makes hand sanitizer. Can you do that? Do what you do. Redirect the time. Redirect the energy. Redirect your thinking. All the negativity that's coming from the television about all of this, all the negativity that we see, we're focusing on. They tell us that all the people are getting sick. Well, they're testing more people. So it's not necessarily that these are all new people that have been infected. Some of them are new people that have newly been detected. And that's a good thing. We're finding out how many more people have it. We don't want anybody to get it, but those that have it, do have it, it's good that people know. So we're not necessarily more people being infected, more people being detected, and now more people can be protected. So change your thinking about it. Change your perspective from the negative to the positive. So what can you do to redirect your thinking? You got any ideas? Write them down in the comment section. What can you do to redirect your thinking? One of the things that I do, I read. I told you about the Les Brown book that I'm reading. And up here, these are some of, watch this shameless plugs. These are some of this is my latest book here called Move Forward. And the other one is called Go Get It. And this is one of my quick read books. It's called Turning Your Stumbling Blocks into Stepping Stones. The chapters aren't long, but the impact is strong. What are you doing to redirect your time, to redirect your thinking, to redirect your attention? reading, watching something, doing something. You can clean out that closet you've been planning to do. You can do something decorative. You can paint that den. And you fill in the blank. You can do some exercises. You can get healthy. So redirect your time. So what are you doing at this time? Reflect. Reflect on your gifts, your talents. Reflect on what you can do. Reject the notion that you can't. Reject the notion that it's too late. Reject those notions and redirect. If there's any thoughts or questions that anybody has, you can put them in the comment section. I'd do what I can. I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. Just put them in the comment section. But redirect your time. Redirect your talent. Redirect your thinking. Okay? Anybody have any questions, any thoughts, you can put them down. As I said, I did a impromptu men's summit yesterday on Zoom, and it was dealing with what we can do at this time as it relates to our finances, as it relates to opportunities. And so go to my Facebook page, Your Encouragement, MINT, or you can find it on my timeline on Facebook, and you can check it out. I think it was very, very good. Also, we had some great thoughts and some great ideas. We had Mr. Paul Dozier. He works with a major life insurance company. Great suggestions. We had Bishop James Taylor of Heavenly Visions Baptist Church here in Los Angeles. Had Wendell Jones, phenomenal speaker. And Mr. Dwayne Johnson, Elder Dwayne Johnson, author, songwriter, psalmist, great. And my brother Terrence Shigg, author. He's a marriage family therapist, and he's also administrator for an organization called Anybody Can Youth Foundation in San Diego. So these gentlemen were on the show, and it was great. So check it out. Also, if any of you are interested in writing a book, you want to write a book, first time you want to write a book, I'm going to have a workshop, online workshop on April the 18th. So if you're interested in that, contact me at drshigg@gmail.com, drshigg@gmail.com. And I'm going to be having a pop-up workshop about fulfilling your dreams. And it's coming up in about 6 days. I told you it's pop-up. Fulfilling your dreams. Dream for, and dream is an acronym. We're going to talk about how to diagnose your dreams. We're going to talk about don't let the facts hold you back. We're going to talk about how to rebound from your problems. And we've got some other things. So if you're interested in that, contact me at drshigg@gmail.com. All right, I'm going to let you go to spend the rest of your day. If you have no questions, no other comments, but I thank you for being with us. Use this time to reflect. Use this time to reject the notion that you can't do some things, to reject the notion that it's too late, you're too young, and all those sort of things, and redirect your energy, redirect your thinking, redirect your time, your talent, and your thinking, okay? Looking forward to hearing from you. I trust that something was said that helped you. If it did, would you please share this, hit the share button and share this with someone that you know that could use this. If you're interested in getting any of my books, you can contact me at drshigg@gmail.com, drshigg@gmail.com. Move forward, principles and practices to possess your prize, and go get it, stories and steps to seize your success, and my quick read series of books. This one is Turning Your Stumbling Blocks into Stepping Stones, motivational messages, some of my own issues and ways that I've come through things, as well as each chapter starts with an encouragement quote. There's an encouragement quote in one of them that says, even in awful opposition, there is an awesome opportunity. Okay. And one more from one of my other books, one of these books, and it says, till fear is fired, let regret retire, and make happiness and hope the ones you hire. We can use that right about now. All right, then. I trust that something was said that helped you, and continue to move forward and possess your prize. I'm Dwayne Shigg. You stay encouraged. Be blessed.